Good evening, YouTube. I absolutely hated. I've been sitting on this for a little bit because obviously it's Christmas, but I absolutely hated Nick Fuentes's Christmas message. And I know he's kind of. I've started talking about him a lot, but his popularity is growing exponentially, and so what he says has the opportunity to move people in a way that few others do in right wing circles. Candace Owens is another one whose popularity is shooting through the roof. Tim Pool, kind of on the downward hill. Benny, um, I mean, just if you look at his channel analytics and everything else, it's clear he bought his popularity, and now I don't know if the money's run out or anything else, but I seem to see him way less. But Fuentes is definitely on the rise, and this is problematic for a whole host of reasons. I have noticed that coupled with his increase in popularity, his rhetoric is really toning down a bit. And one reason, one, I can't stand JD Vance. And he took shots at JD Vance. He's going after JD Vance. And part of me really likes that. I like it a lot because JD Vance is about as popular as syphilis. And let's be honest, he is an empty suit. He is a very weird, strange character that has no moral backbone. He has no core convictions. There is no identity to him. There is no center to him. And as the poem goes, things fall apart, the center cannot hold. He has nothing. He has no core beliefs, no core values, no identity. And that is absolutely someone who should be the furthest from the Oval Office, other than the current occupant. So, without further ado, here is Nick Fuentes. And honestly, I hate the fact that I just hated this message for some very specific reasons that I will get into here in a little bit. Here's Nick Fuentes' Christmas message to JD Vance. I will mute out some of the, racial slurs that he uses, but it's Nick Fuentes. It wouldn't be a Nick Fuentes video without racial slurs, right?
Listen, Jelly Donuts. Listen, whatever makes sense. The zoo has come to town. Okay, the zoo has come to town, and we are looking to do whatever makes sense. Listen, Jelly Donut, we are going to squeeze you from now until 2028 until we get a firm answer. Are you going to give us an immigration moratorium? And are you going to restrain Israel? And what is your relationship with Peter Thiel and Elon Musk? Those are the questions we want answered. So you can play these games and you could talk about your wife. No one really cares about your wife. No one cares about any of that. We want to know, are we getting an immigration moratorium? Will you restrain Israel? And what the fuck does Peter Thiel have on you? And what is your relationship with him and Elon? That's what we want to know. You can save the bitching about your wife. No one cares about your wife. Okay, she's pretty. She's gorgeous.
So here's why I hate this so much. I hate this so much because, fuck, he's right. He is not incorrect. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But he is so right. Now, the immigration stuff, stopping immigration, we need immigration, I think. Now, there's a whole slew of other things about immigration we could talk about. H-1B visas, the tech industry using it in order to totally depress wages to high-skilled workers in the tech industry. There's a whole host of problems of why immigration is broken. And it's nothing that we are going to fix here. And it's nothing that Nick Fuentes is going to fix. A moratorium is not going to fix it. Deporting everyone is not going to fix it. But damn it, he's right about JD Vance. For whatever reason, JD Vance is being foisted on us. Both sides. Like they're begging people to vote for him and to like him. And Fuentes is Peter Thiel, Elon Musk. Peter Thiel owns JD Vance. just like Peter Thiel owned Vivek Ramaswamy. These guys are wholly owned subsidiaries of Peter Thiel, period. And that is why I hate this segment of this message from Nick Fuentes. Now we're going to continue on with it.
Your kids look great. Whatever. No one cares. Okay, you did the tough guy shtick. You stood by your woman. Good for you. Now we want to know. And we want to know because this guy is being foisted upon us. I've never seen anything like this, ever. First of all, this administration's not doing so hot. Let's get that straight. The war in Ukraine is still going on. The war in the Middle East is about to get started again. We don't have mass deportations. We don't have a wall. The economy's not going so great. Epstein files just came out because Congress made you release them. And yet everyone is telling us already you got to vote for JD Vance. Well, time out. This administration's not going well, and he's the vice president. We're not even a year in. They already want us voting in the next one. Like, think about how crazy that is. It's not even a year in. It is 2025 still. And they're already got us thinking, oh, we got to vote in 28. 28. It's 2025. And you suck. This administration sucks. So not only do you already want us thinking about the next one, this one isn't even going well. You think we're ready for more? We're not even finished with this, and this is a pile of shit. We've been eating shit for a year. And they're ready to blow through any kind of a primary. Trump has been on the ballot 3 times. It's unprecedented in modern history that you have something like this. Trump was on the ballot in 16, 20, 24. 28 is the first Republican election since 2012 that Trump was not on the ballot. It should be wide open for us to decide where we're going to go after this. And not only are they telling us, well, you got to get ready to vote again in the next cycle, they're telling us a decision has been made already. It's Vance. Turning Point is telling us. Tucker is telling us. Elon is telling us. Everyone is already telling us Vance is the guy. No one shills JD Vance more than Tucker Carlson, and that's really weird. Turning Point, Erica has crowned Vance the next president. They've all crowned him next president. Who even is this guy? Before he was VP, he was a senator for 2 years. Before that, he was.
I mean, fuck. All right. So people on the left, podcasters on the left, influencers on the left have been saying this about JD Vance since the election. So I'm glad Fuentes is now agreeing with the rest of us. But I mean, when someone spits facts, they spit facts. Now he's going to go into JD Vance and his history. And JD Vance's history has always been problematic. It has always been that way. First of all, Vance isn't even his real name. His only accomplishment to date is Acre Trader and a book that he semi-wrote by mining the history of his friends and family. And while I'm all for that, I mean, many famous authors have done it. This guy basically, there were vast mischaracterizations of the people in his life in that book, from what I've read. I've never read the book. I never intend to read the book. Hillbilly Elegy just seems like an exploitation book. An exploitation book of the rural lifestyle. Not even really like rural lifestyle, like meth Appalachia lifestyle, which is totally divorced from most everybody's realm that it's not even funny. So, but when Fuentes is talking about this, it pains me that he is correct. It almost physically hurts because there are just aspects of Nick Fuentes that I totally detest. And by the by, what is it with Republican men, particularly Republican men seeking office, that just seem to be incapable of defending their spouses or significant others. It is bizarre. Beyond the fact that the whole thing is carnival barker weird. All right. That is one thing the Democrats messed up to an incredible degree by forcing Kamala and Waltz to ditch the weird attack line on Trump and the Republicans, because that worked. You can't look at this crap and not see that it is disturbingly weird. We have a Secretary of the Treasury that just went on air and said the GDP grew 4.5%, which I can't find a single person that believes that number for a hot second. And this guy, who should know better, he's a Wall Street trader, Lutnick, Cantor Fitzgerald. There's things about him that are highly problematic beyond that. But this guy goes on air and says, oh, because the GDP grew 4.5%, we're all 4.5% richer, every single one of us. This guy is supposed to be one of the masters of the universe, and he doesn't know any better? It is absolutely beyond crazy. That's the mini rant for the day. I'm sure there's another one here buried into this video that I'll have, but we'll continue on as we must all soldier through life.
Never Trumper. Before that, his name wasn't even Vance. It was Hamill. He didn't even start going by Vance until 2014. Who even is this guy? So not only do they want us, okay, this administration blows, get ready to vote for the next one, and we already have a nominee, even though it's the first time in 16 years, we're going to have a wide open primary, and it's going to be this guy that no one even knows who he is. And if you don't like that, well, you're a problem to be eliminated, which is effectively what they've told me. And I anticipate that in 26, I'm going to get attacked harder than ever before, because I was told that, I don't even know if I should say it, but I was effectively told that they are going to try to destroy me because they know I'm going to be a big problem for JD Vance in 28. And it is what it is. We don't want to hear about your wife. We don't care. Okay, boo-hoo. Someone called your wife a jizz. Nobody cares. We want to know, are you going to shut down immigration? Are you going to shut down Israel? What is your relationship to Peter Thiel and Elon Musk? That's what people care about. Till we get an answer on that, you don't have my support. And you'll never get it.
Ooh, well, like I said, again, it pains me. It pains me. But here, this is something I've been looking at the big thing that the Democrats took away from the election in 2024 is that it was the right-wing podcaster influencer ecosystem that drove a lot of the engagement and the voting for Donald Trump. And the big takeaway for the Democrats were that we need to replicate what they did. Here's the problem. And I will discuss, I'll discuss this in more depth, but the left-wing podcaster influencer ecosphere, probably headlined by Midas, Brian Tyler Cohen, and to a certain extent, Pac-Man. They don't support each other. I mean, they do. They shout each other out. They don't publicly fight or argue. However, they're also not assisting the other areas. You know, you don't see Midas, you don't see Ben Mycelis going on like an influence. And I'm not even like saying this is like for myself. I'm not looking to make money doing this. But you don't see them reaching out to a 1,000 subscriber channel or something like that. And and saying, hey, here's so-and-so's channel, go subscribe. If you're subscribed to our channel, go here and subscribe to them. They're really good. They don't do that. Pac-Man doesn't do that. Brian Tyler Cohen doesn't do that. Beasley, to a certain extent, is doing the Jubilee channels, and he's engaging out there for sure. He's doing a great job. Mockler is got a few people from his college that he platforms and helps out, but for the most part, he's going the CNN, MSNBC traditional media route. I've had it news, kind of the same thing. The one that you would almost never expect, but really is just killing it, is Don Lemon. Don Lemon is platforming smaller independent creators. He's getting his subscribers to go and subscribe to their channels. He's platformed Jolly. He's platformed several people. He assisted I've Had It when they were kind of starting out, and now she's moving to New York and everything else. He helped with all that. Don Lemon. It wasn't Midas. It wasn't Pac-Man. It wasn't Brian Tyler Cohen. It was Don Lemon. And you don't see Don Lemon going on MSNBC or anything else trying to get these news hits. He's doing it all his own. I have mad respect for Don Lemon. There's things with Don Lemon I don't agree with, but there's no shame in his game and what he's doing and what he's building. So with that, there will never be a liberal influencer podcaster ecosphere that will ever compete with the conservative side, because the conservative side, and I've seen it. There's follow chains on X. There used to be. Tim Pool will tell people to go like a smaller channel, and they go and like a smaller channel. They have a follower chain that will instantly platform and boost conservative channels. The left has nothing like that. On the left, they're still trying to hit the traditional media. They're still trying to get their spot on CNN. They're still trying to get their spot on MSNBC. And I get it. Everybody has to make a living. But it's just never going to work out on the left side until they get with the program and raise up a critical mass so that YouTube has to take notice of it and platform it. TikTok has to see it. And now there's other things going on with those platforms that are very problematic, but it's the same thing. Until that changes and that attitude changes, it will never compete at the same level. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please hit like and subscribe, and bye, YouTube.